In this next episode, we will now start to go in depth about the ad libs that we created, the one shot effects, like the nice stuff, the nice moments that Drake creates in his songs, that 40 creates in Drake's songs and stuff like that. And then we're also going to talk about the actual effects, the reverb and stuff like that. Why did we choose what we chose? Okay, the mentality behind getting that pro Drake sound. All right. First thing, I want to revisit the momentum that we built right here.
I just came into the game like the boy already had the green light. That's why I don't care if it sound right. I'm still learning how to make what it feel like. I'm getting stuck in the head, sitting there.
So it's kind of like giving somebody a trailer before the actual real movie, right? You're giving something them to be hype about. Whoa, this echo is bouncing back and forth, and boom! Now that the actual drop happens, they don't hear it.
So I don't care if it sound right. I'm still learning how to make what it feel like. I'm getting stuck in the head, sitting near a window. The album made by my bed, not in the studio. All these different routes to the bread like I'm holy.
It happens over here too.
Every song I gotta hit it like the outro. I got a mind showing love like they knew me from the jump. I'm losing her, that whole us more, they teach me how to run. I'm getting stuck in the head, sitting near a window. The album made by my.
So it's the very subtle things like that just make the listener be like, whoa, what is that? Makes it sound like more than just a vocal over a 2-track beat. Because sometimes if you just got a vocal over a 2-track beat, it can be boring. There's not no progression. And that's why you as an engineer, you are responsible for adding those little Easter eggs, those little DLCs, downloadable content. You feel me? For the listener to keep them engaged into the song emotionally. So you've seen that the first effect that we had was the quarter note, right? And it's just a basic quarter note, H delay spread out wide, the ping pong around. No, there is not a continuous delay on this song because I have a relationship with the artist to the point where I know he doesn't like to hear reverb. He doesn't like to hear delay the whole entire song. He likes it in moments. So, I feel like that made me a better engineer because now I'm just not like, oh, yeah, well, there's got to be a delay the whole time. Now I'm really like, preserving the delay. It's like if I told you, okay, for the rest of your life, you only going to get 10 pieces of candy to eat for the rest of your life. You're not going to eat them all at once. You're going to preserve them. You're gonna be like, all right, I might eat one here on my birthday. Now I might eat another one when it's a special time. You're gonna ration it. So that's what I've been doing lately with the candy, which is the effects. So now let's get on to the eighth note. We have a just basic eighth note ping pong. I probably will use that on some of the background vocals. The hall that I use though is the Relapse 480L. I've been enjoying this one a lot, and this is just the momentum changer. The reverb is not playing the whole time, just a momentum changer.
I just came into the game like the boy already had the green light. That's why I don't care if it sound right. I'm still learning how to make what it feel like. I'm getting stuck in the head, sitting near a window. The album made by my bed, not in the studio. All these different routes to the bread like I'm Julio.
All right, so we don't want to, take away clarity from our high end. So we do a high shelf going downwards. All right, this move is so important. Go on your reverb and just slightly. Sometimes if you feel like your vocals lacking clarity, just shelf down the high end of the reverb, right? Because sometimes the ambience can start stepping on the vocal.
I just came into the game like the boy already had the green light. Sitting near a window. The album made by my bed, not in the studio. All these different routes to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm tryna keep it here with me, bad in the funeral. I know how you act when I'm someone that you used to know. Don't wanna go back to someone that you won't call. I'ma flood the map till every drop equal withdraw. It's just type of.
Now you just hear more of the vocal. You feel more presence without actually doing anything to the vocal because that high end of the reverb is stepping on it. All right. And of course, we didn't want no low end or nothing like that specifically here. Sometimes we want low end, but I just didn't want it, so we cut it off. All right. Next effect that we had is the sunset chamber. I don't even know if we used that, bro. To be honest, sometimes it's just inside of the template. So me personally, my template is just the effects, bro. That's all it is. It's just the effects with the stock stuff on it. I don't like to be locked into anything. All right. And then yeah, that hall. Then we had this little widener.
Sitting near a window. The album made by my bed, not in the studio. All these different routes to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm tryna keep it.
Honestly, nothing special. Just a little micro pitch shift, just a little bit of doubler. You can do that with literally, anything that you want to do. And then the same move again, just copied and pasted over because I just wanted to make sure that high end was there being preserved and not being stepped on by the effects. A simple move like this, you know, bringing all the effects to all effects and just slotting off the bottom end is a great way to clean things up.
Sitting there a window, the album made by my bed, and I'm in the studio. All these different roses to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm tryna keep you here with me, vet in the funeral. I know how you act when I'm someone that you used to know. Don't wanna go back to someone that you won't call. I'ma flood the map till every drop equal withdraw. It's the type of song you meant to make them check the info. Only thing glistening on me is
Even though it's not genuinely there, because I kind of did it, for me, it feels like a safeguard, you know, because there is going to be a little bit of stuff starting to build up over time. Okay, so now onto the actual effects that we have right here. Okay, so all of my effects are at the bottom, and I usually just like, you know, I don't share the same reverbs and delays with the one shots a lot of the time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Let's look right here though.
roses to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm tryna keep you here with me, vet in the funeral. I know how you act. Roses to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm tryna keep you here with me, vet in the funeral. Roses to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm tryna keep you here with me, vet in the funeral.
So that's the thing about a Drake lead vocal. The lead vocal is the most important thing. And you don't want nothing stepping over it. So usually that's coming down to volume, keeping your volume in check, keeping things low so they don't step over the vocal. You know, just having them being little subtle, you know, Hershey's Kisses, chocolates and stuff like that. You know, here and there. You know, like right here.
Roses to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm tryna keep you here with me, vet in the funeral. I know how I'm out for antidepressants, don't need an antidote. Shawty call me whenever she wants something, she get.
Right, and that one also had a delay throw as well. You know, so I just copied and pasted it. You know, so yeah, that's great. And then I think we tried to use the Avalon. I ended up using the oxide tape pretty much on this just to make it sound darker. Sometimes I like to have a raw ad lib, something that literally is just raw, blunted and low, just so it feels dirty, right? Because he's talking about somebody that you used to know and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's usually somebody that you used to know is somebody who did you dirty. So that's why, as an engineer, I want to reinforce that idea by putting in something dirty, by putting in something raw in there. Okay, so I used just the basic oxide tape.
Used to know, don't wanna go back to someone that you won't call. I'ma flood the map till every drop equal withdraw. It's the type of song you meant to make them check the info. I don't got a team, but you know it's makes my Knicks though. Everybody around me, but
And those were the ends. Those were just the ends, his little stabs or whatever, you know.
when I'm someone that you used to know, don't wanna go back to someone that you want.
Just very low, and that tape, you know, it helps it distinguish it, even though it's at a very low volume, because it's bringing its own tonal characteristic, right? It's smoothing out the high end as well, so it kind of blends in, and continuously is keeping this idea of not stepping on the beautiful high end of the lead vocal that we already got. All right. So after that, now what do we have here? I think we have a special ad lib, a special moment.
I'ma see the double team, I'm so shooting up. Wondering where the hell I got this ego. All I'm doing daily is just sitting watching trees grow. You know what I want, baby, you know what I feel for. Tryna be the person, you ain't gotta change no more. I'ma see the double team, I'm so shooting up. Wondering where the hell I got this ego. All I'm doing daily is just sitting watching trees grow. You know what I want.
So this one is a little bit abrasive. I use the lo-fi. I know Noah 40 Shabit, he would take like a lo-fi plugin and put it on the master fader and pull it all back down. That's how he got that boom, 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 like that Marvin's Room sound, but I don't really care about that. It's 2025. Okay, we're trying to be better. Okay, and we're still using the same tools, but we're challenging ourselves to use it differently. So I took that same idea and I rounded off the high end of this, and I pulled down the sample rate to give it more texture. Then I used the RC20, and the RC20 is just bringing a little bit of like distortion. It just makes it you know.
I'ma see the double team, I'm so shooting up. Wondering where the hell I got this ego. All I'm doing daily is just sitting watching trees grow. You know what I want, baby, you know what I feel for. Tryna be the person.
So it makes it louder, but it brings harshness. I want it to sound harsh, because now we're trying to create contrast with these ad libs. We already got that pretty boy lead vocal sounding clean. Now let's give it a little contrast. Let's make the listener appreciate how clean the vocal is by giving them a piece of dirt, putting a dirt cupcake in front of them and saying, eat it. And I'm like, oh my God, but that vanilla tastes so good. Why are you putting dirt in front of me now? Man, I appreciated that vanilla so much when I had it. Exactly, you know? So then I rounded off. I did a little radio effect, just kind of took it off. Then I added a reverb directly to it.
I'ma see the double team, I'm so shooting up. Wondering where the hell I got this ego. All I'm doing daily is just sitting watching trees grow. You know what I want, baby, you know what I feel. I'ma see the double team, I'm so shooting up. Wondering where the hell I got this ego. All I'm doing daily is just sitting watching trees grow. You know what I want, baby, you know what I feel for. Tryna be the person, you ain't gotta change them.
So yeah, it still sounds like bright and abrasive and fuzzy. So then that room reverb is getting touched up by a phaser that just making that's kind of making it oscillate. Then I put a pan man.
I'ma see the double team, I'm so shooting up. Wondering where the hell I got this ego. All I'm doing daily is just sitting watching trees grow. You know what I want, baby, you know what I feel for. Tryna be the person, you ain't gotta change no more.
It's giving those grandma rocking chair vibes, you know, cause that swinging at the playground. Essentially, you know, that movement is coming from the pan man coupled by the phaser, okay? And you know, that's just making it feel more interesting than what we originally had here, you know what I mean? If we could kind of go back to it again.
Shooting up, wondering where the hell I got this ego. All I'm doing daily is just sitting watching trees grow. You know what I want, baby, you know what I feel for. Tryna be the
Like the sound like that doesn't add any value to the track because we already have a bright lead vocal. You see how I just like, if anything, it's just trying to take away the spotlight. That little annoying brother trying to take away the spotlight from the big brother lead vocal.
Shooting up, wondering where the hell I got this ego. All I'm doing daily is just sitting watching trees grow.
All right, then we used a space rider right here for this ad-lib, but I don't know what this is.
Bad in the funeral, I know how you act. When I'm someone that you used to know, don't wanna go back to someone that you won't call. I'ma flood the map till every drop equal withdraw. This is the type of song you meant to make her check the info. I don't gotta take back. When I'm someone bad in the funeral, I know how you act. When I'm someone that you used to know, don't wanna go back to someone that you won't call. I'ma flood the map till every drop equal withdraw. This is the type of song you meant to make her check.
So now we're giving them something beautiful, something angelic. So just very basic what we did. Wrote off a little bit low, brought out a little top to fit it in, but then we just use the space rider directly. And just to get the spacing right, see how my panning is different everywhere. And then my Mondo mod, I like to do this. This is just like flipping the phase 360. So, you know, this makes it go from behind, you know.
In the funeral, I know how you act. When I'm someone that you used to know, don't wanna go back to someone that you won't call. I'ma flood the map till every drop equal withdraw. This is the type of song you meant to make her check the info. I don't got a team, but you know, Shawty call me whenever she wants, when she gets home.
Taking advantage of a little bit of that chorusing over here too. This is just a default preset and I just parallel blend it. Those are the advantages of actually taking the actual audio track. Is now we have the whole reverb moving left to right versus where if I would have just had it on the aux sharing it with the rest of the stuff, which is I do that, you know, maybe 10% of the time when I want to make things cohesive, but now I want to separate these things. I want them to feel like they're living in their own world in the thoughts of his head, you know what I mean? Talking about love and betrayal and shit. All right. So then we have like a meta flanger, and then I just did a ROM, a super bright ROM, you know? So, you know, paying attention to things in context. Okay, this is radio effect. This is dirty right here, dirty tape. Then this is distorted. But now towards the end of the song, we giving them something beautiful, you know, as the lead vocal is starting to wind down. These are the ways that you get a Drake song moving, you know?
Stuck in their head, sitting in a window. The album made by my bed, not in the studio. All these different rocks to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm tryna keep you here with me, bad in the funeral. I know how you act when I'm someone that you used to know. Don't wanna go back to someone that you won't call. I'ma flood the map till every drop equal withdraw. It's the type of song you meant to make her check the info. Only thing glistening on me is my skin. Ain't no more. Curb off a trap song. That's why every song I gotta hit it like the outro. I got a mind showing love like they knew me from.
So yeah, we're doing like a little effect right here. Okay, there's the phaser, but then this is like he did the same take again on a different track. So then I used that. So now we're like starting to pile our ad libs on top of each other with a throw. This is how you create unique moments in a track for Drake.
Ain't no more. Curb off a trap song. That's why every song I gotta hit it like the outro. I got a mind showing love like they knew me from the jump. I'm losing her, that whole us more, they teach me how to run.
See how when you combine all these ingredients together, now you get a special dish. This one is a little bit longer. This one is a little bit shorter, right? This one right here benefits from having a phaser because it's longer, so we already know that, right? This one is a little short, so we just fucking used it the way it was. Then we did a little throw for that same exact one right here, and then it sounded great, Then we have a special, unique moment right here over this 2-track beat that can start to sound redundant, and then all of these effects because they actually have the real reverbs and real delays on them and shit. Now they got to get hit with a little filter.
I'm in the studio, all these different routes to the bread like I'm Julio. I'm trying to keep it here with me, fat in the funeral. I know how you act when I'm summer.
And sometimes like a L1 or L2 to ensure that they don't because some of them are stacking, that they don't pile up and get too loud and hit the vocals. So that's just another level of control. So I just want to say thanks a lot. We're going to go over to the next video, which is going to be us going over the mastering chain in the final video.